Alright, we are on to our Phase 2 Marvel Cinematic Universe collection. Starting it off with the 2013 Iron Man 3. This movie was directed by Shane Black, with Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, and Don Cheadle returning. But we also get Guy Pearce and Ben Kingsley coming into the movie. Now, a lot of people do not like this movie because they just feel like it was not enough Iron Man in the movie. But the whole point of the story is to show you that Tony Stark is Iron Man with or without his armor. But the biggest complaint, and I completely understand, is the role of Ben Kingsley and Guy Pearce, because we thought we were going to get the Mandarin. He has been teased since the first Iron Man film with the 10 rings and just never really came to fruition. But they did and will be rectifying that with the new Shang-Chi Master Kung Fu movie that's going to be coming out, I believe, in 2020 or maybe 2021. But it was actually a really good character piece study, and I hate using those type of terms because they sound so phony. But you really get to see what Tony Stark is with and without his armor, and that he is truly one of the greatest heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, this is my DVD digital copy of it. Bare bones copy. Really, only special feature is about the behind the scenes for the Air Force One rescue scene. But I just really enjoyed this film. Has a lot of things that will carry over into further films. And I love the fact that this movie is a direct continuation of the Avengers, where you get to see Tony Stark having PTSD and how he's dealing with that. And there's the back of that one. But this is my DVD digital copy of Iron Man 3. I also have it on Blu-ray and DVD. This one does have a lot more special features in it, which it should have for a Blu-ray. You do get a sneak peek into Thor: The Dark World, but as you can see, you have a ton of special features on here. One of the best ones is the Marvel one-shot Agent Carter short film. This is before the Agent Carter ABC TV show came out, which I will not lie, I hate it to death. It has so much potential to show the growth of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they completely botched it, but that's the story for another time. But this is my Blu-ray DVD version of Iron Man 3. I also have the Blu-ray DVD digital copy version of it. Everything is the exact same, except with this one you do get a digital copy, which this is one of the times where the digital copies were on a separate disc. It wasn't just a code you put in. This is early in the days of digital copy. Fortunately, mine didn't work, so I'm gonna have to find a digital copy for Iron Man 3. Has a great slip cover to it. I love slip covers. When I first started collecting, I never kept my slip covers. I always got rid of them. I thought they were stupid. I just wanted to open it up, get to the movie. Now I'm regretting it. But this is so amazing. It's nice and embossed. Has so many more special features than the first one had. This is amazing. I love this. Is probably one of my favorite copies of Iron Man 3 that I own. I love that embossed slip cover. But my all-time favorite version of Iron Man 3 that I own is this one. This is the Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy, and soundtrack version. Why do I have so many versions? Well, I'm a completionist. I'm crazy about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm trying to create a cinematic media library, and I'm crazy. But I just love this. Again, slip cover on it. The back, even more special features. So as I keep showing you these, the special features keep increasing. But that is my Iron Man 3 Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, DVD digital copy, and soundtrack edition. And that is going to be my Iron Man 3 collection. We are on to the 2013 release of Thor: The Dark World. This movie was directed by Alan Taylor. Not the best MCU movie. Unfortunately, the worst of the Thor movies that are out, mainly because the storyline felt a little disjointed. They were really trying too many things in there, and none of them, unfortunately, really had a chance to grow. Now, you get Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Anthony Hopkins, Idris Elba, all coming back to play their respective roles. Love them all in this. You can never give me enough Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston, but unfortunately, this just wasn't well done. Now, I will admit it is a guilty pleasure. I do still enjoy the movie. I think that there was too many elements of comedy in it with Kate Denning and everybody else in there. Get rid of that, give me a straightforward story, and it works. Chris Hemsworth has the right amount of humor in it that keeps the story from falling flat. Once you add other people into it, it takes time away from it, but it is still, as I said, a guilty pleasure movie for me because I do enjoy watching it. It's just not one I'm going to pull off the shelf before, say, Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, this is my DVD copy, obviously. No real bonus features. They say there are a few. I mean, you have it right there. An exclusive look at Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's pretty much it. Bare bones DVD, but I am so happy to have it because I love having the DVD copies of the MCU. At least the original MCU movies. So this is Thor: The Dark World, my DVD copy. I do have it on Blu-ray as well. A little disappointing I have to glue back my slipcover because you can see the glue didn't hold, but beautiful slipcover. I love the fact that, hopefully, I'm not sure if you'll pick it up, but the lightning actually does flash on here. But this is my Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and digital HD copy. Now this is when they finally started doing the digital copies in code. So very happy with that. I will eventually get Iron Man, all the Iron Mans. I need all of them. I think those might be the only ones I need at this point. But this has a lot of special features. So many. You get the Marvel one-shot All Hail the King. Now if you saw in my first segment with Iron Man 3 about the Mandarin, this is them on their road to redemption to bring us the real Mandarin. Because in that one shot we get to see Ben Kingsley character, Tom Slattery, in prison, and everyone still thinks of him as the Mandarin. But someone comes in to do a documentary on him, and throughout the documentary the guy's asking him questions about what you think the real Mandarin would think about you taking his name, just to find out that that reporter is actually one of the agents of the 10 Rings. And at the end they do break Slattery out of prison to take him to meet the real Mandarin. So hopefully in Shang-Chi we find out the final fate of Slattery. But this is my Thor: The Dark World 3D, Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray HD copy. Finally, for Thor: The Dark World, I have it in Steelbook. Now I'm not sure if this was a Zavvi exclusive. It probably was, but I bought this on eBay, so unfortunately I'm not sure where it actually originated from. But this one is the Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray edition, my favorite edition of my Thor: Dark Worlds. Love that cover. I love something that's different from any other movie posters that's out there, something that is unique. If it's going to be a steelbook, give me a new image on it. Now this one's unopened. I love the side on that. Beautiful. I think this is either, yeah, I think it's Zavvi. Pretty much everything that was on the first Blu-ray is on this one. But that is going to be my Thor: The Dark World collection. We're on to the 2014 release of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This is the first movie directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, but it won't be their last. This has Chris Evans coming back as Captain America, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. We get Scarlett Johansson coming back as Black Widow. We get Sebastian Stan coming back as Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, which if you read any of the Captain America comic books, you saw that Bucky didn't die. He was actually, when he, in the comic books, he was supposed to have blown up with Cap, but we found out that he didn't die. He just lost his arm and was actually found by the Germans scientists, and they experimented on him, injected him with a version of the super soldier serum, and created him into the Winter Soldier, turning him into an assassin. They streamlined that in this one, but it's almost the exact same story. Now we get Robert Redford coming in here as the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. This movie is so good. I mean, I cannot begin to even touch base on how great this movie is. I mean, you get Falcon coming back in this movie, played by Anthony Mackie. everybody just elevates themselves. Even Kobe Smulders is back in this movie. Everybody hits it perfectly in this film. This is kind of like a 70s or 80s spy movie. We get to see that Captain America has a lot of doubts about how S.H.I.E.L.D. is handling things, where the world has gone since he's been brought back. Amazing movie. Definitely say, if you're gonna own one of them, this is one to own. Now this is my DVD copy, obviously. Very few special features. It is a DVD, so you don't get a lot. You just basically get the Steve Rogers notebook, which they do show you. And actually, I guess I said that Anthony Mackie came back. This is actually the first movie with Anthony Mackie as Falcon. So you get to see the camaraderie between Cap and Falcon, and then you get to see that Cap still has that brotherly love for Bucky in this movie. So you get to see that dynamic in this, and it's something that will get carried on through the movie, and the three of them will eventually become brothers. Not real, but figuratively. But this is my DVD copy of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I do have it on Blu-ray. Don't have the slipcover for this one. Hopefully, if you guys do have it out there, you guys want to send it to me, hit me in that comment section. I'll let you know how to get that to me, because I just can't find the thing. I'm not going to spend a lot of money to just get a slipcover. Not doing it. But this one has obviously more special features. In this one, you do get, you know, on the set or behind the scenes, basically is what it really is. You get a look at Captain America Battlegrounds. That one's probably one of my favorite ones on there. And you do obviously get the Steve Rogers notebook on here, but other than that, it is a bare bones Blu-ray. That is my Captain America: The Winter Soldier's Blu-ray. And finally, for Captain America: Winter Soldier, I have the 3D edition. Now this one is the Blu-ray, 3D, Blu-ray, and digital HD copy. Luckily with this one, I got the slipcover for it. I actually bought this off of Disney.com. I am a member there. Haven't bought anything from them in a while. Definitely gonna have to hit them back up. All the same features I showed you in the first one are on this one. It's just a 3D edition. But that is going to be my Captain America: The Winter Soldier collection. If you guys had told me in 2014 that Marvel was going to throw an audible and bring us a sci-fi comedy movie, I would have thought you guys were crazy. Especially if you had told me that that movie would have been Guardians of the Galaxy. But James Gunn did exactly that. He created one of the best Marvel movies we have right now. And it set the bar on how sci-fi will be created and represented in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now this movie stars Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax, Vin Diesel voices a character of Groot, and Bradley Cooper voices Rocket the Raccoon. So amazing. This movie is, there's not enough words to describe how great this movie is. I mean, you get Michael Rooker coming in there. Amazing dialogue, amazing writing. Yes, it's a comedy, but there are moments that truly show you the heart of each character. Who would have thought that you would have a tree that only says one word and can say it in so many different ways that you understand the emotion? Bradley Cooper playing Rocket Raccoon, you would never know. If they had not told you that that was Bradley Cooper, you would have picked anyone but him voicing that character. Now this continues the story of Thanos coming to Earth to collect the Infinity Stones. There's really not much else I can say about it except that this is fantastic. It just set the bar. That's how we got Captain Marvel and all the other movies that we will be getting in the future, like the Eternals, that will be set off planet. But this is my Blu-ray edition. Has a lot of great special features on here. It gives you a nice sneak peek into Age of Ultron, but it also gives you a look into the Guardians of the Galaxy themselves. But this is my bare bones edition of Guardians of the Galaxy on Blu-ray. Next up, I have the Blu-ray 3D, the Blu-ray and HD digital copy of Guardians of the Galaxy. This one is a nice slipcover edition. I like that it's a different cover. All the same special features, but you get it on 3D. And I have said it before, yes, I know I don't own a 3D player yet, but when I do, this is going to be one of the first ones I show because I love the visuals on here. The special effects were amazing. We get to see the Celestials in here, which will be seen more in the Eternals movie, but this one really continued to show us Thanos as well. They did not forget to continue that, because when you get Gamora in here, you have to continue with the storyline. So amazing. And even Karen Gillan coming in here to play Zoe Saldana's sister, and I forgot her name. Hit me in the comment section. Yeah, you can go ahead and yell at me for it, what her character name was, but she was amazing as well. Her name should be up there along with the rest of them. But this is my Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray HD edition of Guardians of the Galaxy. And finally, for Guardians of the Galaxy, I do have the Steelbook. There are two versions of this, the regular edition and the 3D. I didn't need to get the 3D edition because obviously I just showed you that. So this is just a regular standard Blu-ray digital copy edition. But I love this one. It's a unique one that stands out. It looks like a tape player. Has that awesome mix volume 1 on there, which if you have not listened to that, listen to it. I'm amazed they actually got the rights to the songs, because they are all classic songs. Sorry. But again, all the same special features that you saw before. It's just a Steelbook version. That's going to be my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 movie collection. In 2015, Joss Whedon returns to direct one of the best Avengers films out there. This is Age of Ultron. This brings back all the Avengers: Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Jeremy Renner, as well as Samuel L. Jackson, all come back, but we get some brand new characters. We get Elizabeth Olsen coming in as the Scarlet Witch. We get James Spader coming in to voice the wonderful villain of Ultron, where you get to feel the emotion of him, because the way that Spader inflected his voice in here really made this character come to life. And I didn't expect Ultron to be as funny as he was. Had so many great moments in there where he actually kind of mimics Tony Stark. Now, trivia question. We know in X-Men Days of Futures Past, Evan Peters comes in to play Quicksilver. Who plays Quicksilver in this movie? Hit me in the comment section below and let me know. But it's an amazing continuation of the Avengers story. Kind of haphazardly throws in a little connection to Thanos. We do get, I love the fact that we get the introduction of the Vision. This movie was so well done. I mean, I'm not going to say it. Who played Vision in this movie? And what other character did he play prior to becoming the Vision? Hit me in the comment section below. We even get Anthony Mackie coming back as a Falcon in, unfortunately, only 2 scenes in this movie. But when he hops in there, I love it. I love him interacting with Chris Evans. They really work well together. But this shows the ego of Tony Stark really coming out, where he's probably the only one who really understands the threat that's coming. Thor kind of gets a flash of it during this movie, but that's really it. Everybody else isn't sure what's coming. Just the creation of Ultron himself, being a part of Tony, of Bruce, of Jarvis, it's a great way to create a character. Now, in the comic books, Hank Pym is the one that creates Ultron, and I really wish they had put him in the movie. He could have been a scientist in the first Avengers film and then come into his own in this one. But for some reason, they just didn't do it. I know they had plans on Ant-Man, but I really think that they kind of dropped the ball on what they could have done here. Tony Stark doesn't have to be the central character in everything. You can spread that out with other characters, but that's just my opinion. For non-comic book fans, you don't know that. You just got a good movie, a great movie. But for a comic book fan, you kind of see potential that they could have included into this film that just got left out. But this is my Blu-ray edition. has a lot of good special features in here. You know, you really get to learn about the Infinity Stones in here. You know, you get the inside and out, the making of the movie, which I really definitely recommend you guys see. That is one of the best makings of I've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far. But that's going to be my Blu-ray edition of Avengers Age of Ultron. I have to have the 3D edition. Now they call this one the collector's edition. This one is the Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray digital HD copy. All the same special features that were on the first one I showed you are on here. You're just getting the 3D edition. And I will say, from what I've heard anyway, the quality of the movie is even better on here than it was on the first edition I showed you. But this is my 3D Blu-ray HD copy of Avengers Age of Ultron. And if this truck doesn't make too much noise, and I'm not going to cut people, I'm just going to keep on going, because, well, this is going well. I have the Best Buy Blu-ray edition on Steelbook. Now, this one, everything's the same. It's just a decorative cover. I do love Steelbooks. If you know anything about my channel, I do a lot of collection videos for my Steelbooks. This one is actually one of two different versions out there. This is actually, again, a 3D Blu-ray HD copy. But with this one, the back cover is a Vision. But they also did one with a back cover of Ultron. I actually found these super cheap. I think I got them for like $10 each. I had to go on jump on that. I would like to get a regular edition, but I'm not in any hurry because it is kind of basic. Best Buy did release all of the Marvel movie, all the original Marvel movies on Steelbook again. Maybe I'll end up getting them, but we'll have to just wait and see. But that is going to be my Avengers Age of Ultron collection. Stay tuned for the final film in my Phase 2 collection. And to finish out the Phase 2 Marvel Cinematic Universe collection, we bring you the 2015 edition of Ant-Man. This movie went through so many troubles before it was brought to the big screen. Edgar Wright was originally brought in to write and direct the movie, but he had creative differences with Marvel on how the story should go. So they did bring in Peyton Reed to direct it. Edgar Wright does get credited as a producer in this film though, so he is still a part of it. This movie brings in Paul Rudd as Scott Lang / Ant-Man, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Pym. We finally get Hank Pym brought to the screen, played perfectly by Michael Douglas. This movie actually stars Michael Pena as Luis, who in my opinion steals this movie. Now, we do get a flashback scene showing a younger Hank Pym. They digitally altered Michael Douglas to make him look younger. And we find out he is a founding member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Who were the other members of S.H.I.E.L.D. that they showed in this movie? Hit me in that comment section below. We get to see such great characters. Corey Stoll comes in here to play Darian Cross, aka Yellow Jacket. It just blew everybody's mind on what they can do in Marvel. We thought Guardians of the Galaxy gave us a different take. I mean, you had Winter Soldier, which was a spy film, Guardians of the Galaxy, which was sci-fi, and this one gives us a straight up comedy heist film. So it's different from everything else. Now, I won't lie, it's not one of my favorites. It's a little too slow for me. I myself thought that they should have introduced Hank Pym in the Avengers and just had him be the one that created Ultron. But I'll take what I can get in this film. It does have a great post-credit scene with Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie coming back. I love that carryover into Phase 3. But I also did like seeing Anthony Mackie's Falcon fight Ant-Man. That was a great scene that a lot of people say was shoehorned in there. It didn't fit. It fit perfectly in that film, and it helped to reinforce that it is a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But this is my Blu-ray edition. A lot of great features on here. Does a really great way of launching it into Phase 3. So that is my Blu-ray edition of Ant-Man. And finally, I have the Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray HD copy. Now, this one does have a look into Phase 3. I don't know if the original version did that. I don't think it did. But this one does show you how it's going to connect with Phase 3. Beautiful slipcover. This is possibly one of the best slipcovers because I just love seeing him go tiny to regular Ant-Man. And this movie, he also, I believe it's one of the first times you see him grow as well. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I think I might be. I think they actually saved that for Phase 3. Hit me in that comment section below to let me know for sure, but I think they saved that for Phase 3. It's a nice little slipcover. Slipcover. All the same special features. This one just happens to be a 3D edition. But that's going to do it for my Phase 2 Marvel Cinematic Universe collection. Don't forget, here at Picture Book Drama, it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit me in that comment section below and let me know what collection you have as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't forget, the next video I'm going to be doing will be Phase 3. Until then, see you guys next time.